Hey, what's up? Lazy Lizard here. I'm inside my 2013 Thor motorhome. It's the Ace model, and I am going to be swapping out the radio. The radio I had in there was the one that came from the factory, the Jensen, and I am going to be swapping it out with something I purchased on Amazon. It's a 9-inch Android head unit right here. So here it is, the 9-inch Android head unit installed in my 2013 motorhome. It took me about 2 hours to install it, another hour just to play around with some of the features and to fine tune it to the way I wanted it to be. I did install some apps through the Google Play Store, which kind of changed it up a little bit. The screen you're seeing now was changed through a car launcher app that I installed and was able to change it. This is kind of what I was looking for. But the one it came with was fine, but I did change it to this. I also took it for a ride, and the digital speedometer works very accurately, along with pretty much all the other apps. The navigation, which I use, Google Maps, that was dead on. Anyway, let me just show you some of the features. Again, I did install a bunch of apps to kind of tweak it to what I wanted it to be. Also, it is running off a tethered hotspot from my iPhone 12, and I'm running 5G on my iPhone 12. These head units come from the seller basically running on 3G and 4G only. There were a couple of tweaks I had to make in the settings to make it work, but it wasn't really a big deal. So anyway, let's get to it. Radio is very basic. Okay, there's radio. You can play around with the stations, just whatever you want here. No big deal. Navigation, like I said, I have Google Maps in it. It loads up very quick. Apps, I loaded SiriusXM on it, and you can kind of name it, do whatever you need to do with it. It takes you right into SiriusXM. That wasn't too bad. Didn't take all that long, but
SiriusXM connected devices and speakers. Go to SiriusXM.com/listen.
And let's see what else we got here. Back. Okay, phone. It takes you right to the phone. You can dial, you can go to your contacts, you can do pretty much a lot of other things. It also takes you to this the music, which is Bluetooth, if you wanted to run Bluetooth off of your phone. I just have all the apps in there, so I don't have to do it that way. It's just a little more convenient for me. Again, another app, I added Amazon Music, which this feature is really nice because once the app is loaded, the built-in microphone picks up, and you can basically command it to whatever you want it to do. Alexa, play Separate Ways by Journey. There you go.
Separate Ways, Worlds Apart by Journey on Amazon Music.
Okay. Anyway, it does play. It does work. Let's turn it down. And let's go back. Going on here. Okay, so we got all the apps. This just takes you to the apps that are loaded in the head unit, which you can configure any of these apps to work off of that main screen. You just you have to hold in the you have to, let me take it back. So you press a long hold on whatever it is, and you can configure that app to be there, and then you can rename it and set the icons for it. So it's very simple. But plenty of apps on this. And again, on the Google Play Store, which is right here, you can keep loading apps into it. I also have Waze, which is a really nice navigation app, and I may put that on the head unit home screen, because I do like using that just as much as Google Maps. Let's go back here. So I mean, that jumped right up, and there it is. Yeah, so I mean, it's got a bunch of apps. It also, you can go into settings, and there's a bunch of settings here for this here. But if you go to if you go out of this, so this would be, all right, so this would be the home screen that you get with the unit, and you can go into the settings here. You get the sound settings. You can. It's got a built-in equalizer. You can kind of play around with that. The system information. It's Android. It's running the Android 10.1. I believe that may be the latest one. Maybe they do have an Android 11 now. It has 16 gigabytes of memory in it. So it does have some memory. You can add a few things to it, but it also has the 2 USB cables that come out of it, and I am going to be mounting these somewhere here a little more neat and clean down the road. Getting back to some of these settings, you can get into factory settings on this head unit, and you would type in 8888, hit OK, and it takes you to all these settings. You can change pretty much anything on this. I do like it that you could do a lot. I'm looking to possibly do the tire pressure settings. So once I do get some type of wireless or Bluetooth tire pressure setup, I can link it to this, and it'll be nice. I can have it on the screen. Android settings, you can go into the Android settings just like you would on an Android phone or pretty much anything else. So on storage, I guess I'm using 69% used. I still have 4.96 gigabytes left in it. I'm running it on my cell phone. Like I said, I'm tethering this off of my phone. Let's see, what else can we do here? It's gonna keep doing that until I select it. But again, this would be how the setup comes from the seller, which it's very basic, but it gets you where you want to go, and you can get into your apps this way. I just chose to clean it up a little more. Here's that car launcher app that I was talking about. It's called AGAMA. It's free for 30 days, and then I believe you have to pay. I believe you have to pay for whatever setup you chose. And hopefully this isn't, yeah, okay, yeah, $199 for the setup. So So here it is. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit, and once I think this is it, I will pay the $199 because it's well worth it. I also like that it's got, you can get into the settings there, but I like this. So it has the A for automatic, and then it has a night mode. It dimmed it right down. So that's the night mode. It dims the screen a little bit. And then again, the day mode. But then if you have it with the A, it's automatic. So that it'll be based on your time zone and the time of the day, I guess. Again, I'm still playing around with it. It's it's still new to me. But I think I have it where I want it now. Also, so you could change some of these icons up here. I have the internet, and then I have the GPS. The GPS does come with an antenna for this head unit, and I ran it through, and I have it. It's long enough where you could run it into your windshield if you wanted to, but I pretty much put it inside the dash under this compartment here, and I taped it down. It works pretty good. I still have a screen up here for my rear cameras. I prefer it on a separate screen, and I have this here for a GPS unit that I'm going to be getting rid of, because now I have this unit and it has pretty much everything I need on it. So again, that's the Android head unit. It literally took me a few hours to install. You could pick these things up for as little as $130 on Amazon. They mount pretty quick. The wiring is easy. Again, right now I would give this 5 stars. This thing is it's incredible. I love it. I play with it all the time. You can add all kinds of apps. Again, you can get real fancy. You could even put Netflix on this. Wouldn't recommend watching Netflix while you're driving, but you could put pretty much anything on it. Anything that you could put on your phone, you can add to this head unit. That's what I liked. And again, I liked that it's tethering the internet off your phone. So it's just, as you drive it, you can do anything. If you needed to Google something, you can go into Google, Google Chrome. It is one of the apps here, so there it is. Pops right up. There it is, Google. Again, there's so many apps. I could spend hours talking about it. Here's another app. So this Auto Kit app is for, I ordered a CarPlay dongle, which would plug into the USB. And what it'll do, it will give me CarPlay on that head unit also, so that's another thing. That dongle is gonna cost me about $50 on Amazon, through the same company that I purchased the radio, the head unit from, and the reviews on it were good. I'll end up with wireless CarPlay, which is really, really nice. So that way, on top of all of these awesome things that this does, I will also be able to receive text messages and be able to answer them with voice and not have to be distracted by anything while I was driving. Again, let me know what you think. This is my review on this head unit by Beniz. I purchased it on Amazon for about $130. Thank you for listening and watching.